Hey, good morning. It's Bob from Trade Genius. It's the 24th of September, and either the world ended and I'm on a new world, or nothing happened. So, so congratulations to us. I'm gonna go through some. I'm gonna go through some charts here on. I'm gonna go through some charts here on the futures. More of a hourly look at things to just kind of give me a perspective as to where I think the bias may be, and then we'll evaluate again tomorrow once the market reopens. But looking at gasoline, it's been a very profitable trade for me of late. I'm starting to understand it a little bit better, and right now you know, they pushed a high here on it, and and then we're kind of back in the middle of its range, but we're at the top of the value range here. So I'm neutral on it. If it pushes up above the value high area, then it could try to go for a new high. But if it pushes below, 162.07, it's probably going to come back to the point of control here. And so that's what I'm looking at right now. So I really don't have anything going on with that, but I'm going to keep an eye on it. Looking at Nasdaq, where I'm spending a little bit more time on, is X. I think it's vulnerable. Sorry, the chart is so a little messy here, but it's been one that I've been watching the fib lines on for quite some time, and it just can't get over this 6,000 area here. It's maxed out. I think people are selling into this, and we could thank the Swiss and the Japanese central banks for transferring risk onto their balance sheets from our investors. But this is a trend line that it's for months, that basically since the start of this move, and it's been containing the sale, and it touched it again on Friday and kind of held. But I think once this thing breaks, and we're right at point of control too, so I think once this breaks, we're going to go down into this area here, and then we'll just have to see. The next area of support is down here at the 56 area, longer term support. So I have a short on, and my risk, I think, is pretty muted at this point. I should say mooted at this point, and I'm going to just kind of keep an eye on it. But I'm leaning short, and I just don't see a breakout here. And I think because of the just the season we're coming into, and they just maxed everything out. Looking at oil, and what's interesting to me is I think oil's starting to get a move here. And it looks very constructive. Got a buy signal or above point of control. We're still in the value area, but I think it's probably a good shot. We're gonna take a run up here to 52.53, and I'm inclined to lean long oil next week, and see this thing continue to move to the top of its range, and I think as oil goes and food goes, it's going to start to constrain the central banks from just continually debasing the currencies, because most of these countries around the world have to import food and import energy, and it's going to cause, especially in America, we're a little bit more balanced, but a lot of people use the dollar as its currency, or base it or link it, and I think it's going to cause some inflation that those people can't afford. And then looking at corn here, we have corn looks at the bottom of the range, and I'm long corn, and I'm looking for this to move, minimum up to here, and then just keep moving up. I think we bottom. We're back in La Nina year again, and I think it's going to start putting pressure on corn prices. The harvests this year aren't great. Russia is ripping through its stockpile, and La Nina years are not friendly to the Eurasian Peninsula, and it's actually not very friendly to the U.S. Midwest either. So I'm expecting to see prices firm up, but this range has been holding, and if you see here, the trend has been higher for quite some time, even though this pushed down pretty hard. You know, this is this is not a price range, is a volatility range, and I think it's going to push back into that purple middle line here. So just keep an eye on it. We got ZW too. ZW wheat's already moved, and I'm telling you, we get up above this range here. Look, there's no volume to here in here, no volume here. I think these areas get tested, so just something to keep an eye on. And then let's look at gold. Okay, gold tested the top of its range. It's coming back down to support area here, and you know, I think buy on the next buy signal from the hourly, as long as it stays above the midline here, or worst comes to worst comes to here. I think this supports it, but gold looks very, very, very positive here, and they're not going to be able to control these currencies. They flooded the world with currencies and credit, and it's going to be leaking out all over the place. And stock markets are contained, so investors are looking for any kind of alpha or yield, and they're going to start rolling it into the commodity space. Take a look at copper. Copper's the same. It's trending higher, and the only thing we have to keep an eye on here is this a head and shoulders pattern. So the shoulder, head, it's going to shoulder up here. So you know, you look at here, if it falls below 289, you know, then it could drop down to 265. If that holds, then it's going to try to push back up higher again. I don't trade copper normally, but I just put out there as an interest for all you guys. Anyway, so these are the futures that I watch, and I'll do some equity thing in a second, and then I'll also talk about the crypto space. That's moving too, and we're running a special. If you guys want to join us and trade, you know, every time Jamie Dimon opens his mouth, we make money, because the bankers are desperate, and they're trying to kill this thing in the crib, and I think they've lost control. So anyway, we'll talk about cryptos here in a little bit, but if you want to go out to TradeGeniusAcademy.com, sign up. Guys are making some serious money in that trading room. It's the only thing that really has volatility right now and has a positive bias, and there's some really good traders in there. So you know what you're going to pay to be part of that room is nothing compared to the kind of money that you can make. So come over and join us. Thanks. Bye-bye.